3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, your conversations in between exchanges is not going to fly for me, especially on a Monday when we're on a short time. Every single person should have their primary out and ready to go.
ICC and club presidents in the cafeteria. Please go to the cafeteria for the ICC and club presidents only.
Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, everyone should have their primary out and ready to go. Tomorrow, you do have a vocab quiz 11 through 20. Make sure you're prepared. And you have a lecture Wednesday 21 through 30. And a lecture. And Thursday is? Yay! It'll be the most stressful test you've had because you don't know what it'll look like. Going forward, you'll know what the formatting looks like. You'll know what the wording. And we can actually have a genuine conversation of, like, best ways to study for the test once you see the test. Does that make sense? Hello? Okay? Going through my lectures, going through your focus, all of those things are preparing you for that test, but you're going to see the test is hard. It is. You will also see once your test score goes in, which will be lower than you expect, historically, of course, you will also see that all of your other assignments keep your grades still up pretty high. Is everyone clear on that? So there's a balance here. I'm teaching you to take a test, so it makes sense. Your test is only worth 50 points. Your focus is worth 30 points. Your do now is 20 points, for God's sake. There are plenty of other points available to keep grades high, even if you don't do so well on the test. Is everyone clear? Okay? So, you don't have to be perfect on the test in order to get an A in this class. That's not the expectation. The expectation is to improve academically, and you will. Everyone clear? So, you're going to be nervous about the test, and that's totally fine, but I don't want you to think, oh my God, she's trying to kill my grade. I'm not. It all works out. Have faith. What do you got for me, Sailor?
Is it week 1 or 2 or just week 2?
It's just week 2.
Okay.
It's only on the content that we are on currently. Doing it all together would be so rude. So rude. What do you got for me, Emily?
What were the 3 religions that is inspired to? Is it Hindu?
Whoa, religions? Regions. It's regions.
Oh.
It's North Africa, Middle East, South Asia, Central Asia, and eventually East Asia. All right, here we go. So everyone is working on their focus, which is due on Thursday. Hopefully you got some good work in. Raise your hand if you're done. Isn't that nice? You're done for the whole week. Nothing holding you back. For the rest of you, you don't like sleep? Is that the problem? You just don't want to sleep well? All right, here we go. Friendly reminder, just because I'm sitting up here and you're just writing down what I have does not mean this is a passive act. I am just going to call on you. Complete and utter cold call. I am perfectly fine with wrong answers. I am not okay with no answers. Everyone see the difference between the two? Perfect. Let's do it. Friendly reminder, you're going to see primaries all over your test. Primaries are absolutely quintessential. When we talk about skill building, this is the most important skill. You have to actively be working with me or I'm not going to be able to save you. Everyone good? Perfect. Here we go. Firuz Shah, Sultan of Delhi, 1351 to 1388. Okay, so immediately we know what? Sultan tells us what? Sultan tells us what, Christian? What type of leader? What religion is he? No. Islam. If you're a sultan, you're Islamic. Okay? They're in Delhi, which is where Rickert... It's in India. Okay? So, he's an Islamic leader in India, 1351 to 1388, from the Tariqas Firuz Shah. Sure. It's a historical chronicle. What does that mean, Miss Ott? What is a historical chronicle? Sort of. Do our presidents have historical records? Yeah, it's their like Twitter feed. That's technically part of the historical record. I mean, Joe Biden has pretty anticlimactic tweets. Donald Trump, whatever team you're on, anti-pro, whatever, we can all agree there's some presidential tweets that went down in that 4 years, yeah? Those are all part of the historical chronicle, which is what, Cyrus? Yeah, their accomplishments or their things that they're doing. Absolutely. Their accomplishments. Of the Sultan's reign. Here we go. Under the guidance of the Almighty. When he is using the word Almighty, he's referring to who, Giselle? Allah. Be careful when you say God because, yes, it is God, but their God is Allah. Okay, under the guidance of the Almighty, I arrange that the heirs, okay, what's an heir? What do you got for me, Kira? Next in line. Of those persons who had been slain. Slain means what, Micah? Killed, yeah. In the reign of my late Lord. When you see the word of my late or late, it refers to what, Haley? If I've said my late husband, you know, huh? My late husband, you know he's dead. Yeah, if you see the words my late, it means they're dead. Yeah, no. If I say my late husband, that means my husband's dead. Okay? My late Lord and patron, Sultan Muhammad Shah. So where is Muhammad Shah? He's dead. This is the guy they're talking to. Okay, so I arrange that the heirs of those persons who had been slain in the reign of my late Lord and patron, Sultan Muhammad Shah. So he's talking about people who died in the name of Muhammad Shah, the previous guy, and those who had been deprived of limb, nose, eye, hand, or foot, okay, should be reconciled. What does reconciled mean? What does reconciled mean, Cyrus? No. What does reconciled mean? You and your friend had a falling out and now you've been reconciled. What does that mean then, Maggie? Yeah, made better. Okay? To be reconciled is something has been made better. Should be reconciled to the late Sultan. So, who is trying to be reconciled? Who are they reconciling, Lucy? People who, what? Who's being reconciled? There's a long list of them, Lucy. And killed. So if you've been deprived of limb, nose, eye, or slain, you're probably in the... No. How would you, guys, how are you usually killed in the name of a lord or patron or an sultan? You're typically in the military people. These are military people they're trying to deal with. If they're dealing with military deaths, people, or people who've lost limb, nose, eye, hand, or foot. So it is the wounded who have been killed and wounded in the military are trying to be reconciled to the sultan. Okay? What does that mean? Reconciled to the sultan. They want what, Evan?
They want to they want the sultan to, because they're Islamic, they probably want the sultan to bless them in some sort of way or
No, remember, the sultan is the reason why they have no nose, limb, or life. They're just dead. So why would they be reconciling? Well, who's being reconciled here?
The people who sustained injuries or died.
Yes, are they probably bitter?
No.
Oh shit! If I cut off your nose right now and cut it off, will you be bitter the rest of your life that you have no nose because Samantha Bennett? Yeah. Hello? Would I make your life a little harder? Yeah. Oh my God, I would make your life just, whew. Okay? So when we say reconcile, we are trying to get who to be happy? Who, Ford?
They want the military to be happy.
Yes, with the Sultan. Okay, so to those who had been deprived of limb, nose, eye, hand, or foot should be reconciled to the late Sultan and appeased by gifts. Guys, when we talk about gifts, it's typically what? Money. So that they executed deeds declaring their satisfaction. What do you think deeds declaring satisfaction means? What do you think that means, Caitlin? No, it's not propaganda because it's just between the Sultan and them. What is execution of deeds? What do you got, Ella?
They either push their faith to the Sultan, or they basically tell him to stop bothering them.
Yeah. Wait. What was the first part?
They pledge their allegiance to the Sultan.
Yeah. Or like they say, I'm what? Executed deeds declaring their satisfaction.
Like,
They write down that I'm satisfied. Yeah, I'm satisfied. Okay, that's all they're doing is writing down I'm satisfied. Deeds, executed deeds of declaring their satisfaction. They write down on a piece of paper saying I'm satisfied. I'm no longer mad at the dead one or the new one. The dead one. So they're simply writing it down on a piece of paper saying I'm no longer mad after they receive money. And duly attested by witnesses. Why would they have witnesses? Why? Why do you think they have witnesses, Giselle? To what? To prove it, right? That they said, I'm happy, okay? So these deeds were put into a chest, okay, which was placed at the head of the late Sultan's grave in hope that God, in his great mercy, would show his clemency. What does clemency mean? What do you got, Jay? That God, in his great mercy, would show clemency. So what do you think clemency means?
Like mercy?
Kind of. You get mercy and what other F word? Mercy and... Yeah, it's forgiveness. Okay? To my late friend and patron, and make those persons feel reconciled to him. Or content. Okay, here we go. Flip it over. What is the historical context, Will?
The right writing or helping with
Well, you're making it harder than it needs to be, Will. What is happening right now in this primary source?
they are reconciling
Because what happened, Will?
people lost their lives.
No, people lose their lives and limbs all the time. Why are they doing this now? Laura? Well, give me a context of who. Santa? Who? Yeah, the previous sultan is dead. Previous sultan died. And a new one took over. Now, ladies and gentlemen, on your next primary, it's going to say Muhammad, Prophet Muhammad. Is that a big deal that we're reading Muhammad's last sermon? Yes. This dude, do you think I know who this guy is? Does this seem like a big historical figure or a small one? Small one. So when we're dealing with small political figures or historical figures, which we will 99% of the time, like 80% of the time, we are just going to kind of ignore it and use the context. But when we're talking about a major person that you should absolutely know who it is that important in the historical context? Yes. There we go. All right, audience. Who is this document written for? Who is supposed to read this, Rylan?
Like the future, the people that would try to get reconciliation in the future.
Wait. Who would want that reconciliation in the future?
I don't know, the people that have those problems.
So you think a bunch of poor soldiers who got their face blew up in battle and have no nose are going to be writing on the historical record?
Oh, are we talking about who wrote this?
Yeah. Who's the audience of this piece? Who is supposed to read this?
Like future, like people, the town hall or whatever.
There's no town hall, dude. We're sultan. We got a king. No. What do we got, Bella? Don't tell me future people. That is a terrible answer. Do you think your opinions and thoughts are good enough for future people to read? No. Very few people's thoughts are read by hundreds of years later. Can we agree? And do you think you'll be one of them? No offense. Not trying to crush your dreams here. Don't go home and say Miss Bennett doesn't believe in me. But, like, don't tell me future generations. No one's that arrogant, okay? Even if you want to be an author and all that stuff, the belief that hundreds of years later that someone's going to read your words, unless you have a really funny meme, those things will live forever. Here we go. Who is the audience of this piece? Chase.
Is it like the people in Delhi at the time?
Who? Delhi? No. All right, let's skip audience and go to purpose. What is the purpose of this piece? What is the purpose of this piece, Reese?
To make the military people feel better. Or
Why?
Like reconcile because
Why?
They were deprived.
Why? But why is the real goal? Do you think they really care about these people?
So they'll do their job. Like,
Nope,
so-
they're already retired.
Oh.
Well, yeah, girl, if you had your face blown off and you didn't have a nose, I would say, it's time to go home, Reese.
Just so they're satisfied.
Why?
Like well because of what happened to them. So they're.
You were doing great work, and I am not
money so
mad.
they can-
You were trying really hard, and I appreciate that, but that's a no-go. Andres, what's the purpose of the piece?
To create peace with the dead Sultan between the military and
There you go. The purpose is to gain forgiveness for the Sultan. Okay, here we go. Yes. Okay, do you think that, who is this document written for? So the Sultan is dead, a new Sultan comes in, and this Sultan is gaining forgiveness for the dead Sultan. Who is the audience of this piece? What do you got for me? Penelope. The Sultan is dead, Penelope. I'm sorry to tell you, dead people can't really hear what you're doing.
And the other people, so they can like give a message to him that.
No, he's dead. There's no Ouija boards in Delhi at this time. What do you got for me, Emily?
Where's like government record?
No, blah, no. It is a government record because this person is in the government. And who is it, Bella? Help me.
Isn't that for the next Sultan?
Yes! Bella, it's for the next Sultan. Okay, and that brings us to the point of view. What is this new Sultan real motivation for getting forgiveness for the dead one, Bella? Come on, finish the thought, girl.
Wouldn't it be for like the soldiers who also saw him?
What?
I don't know.
No. Why? Giselle.
So people can trust.
No. Why, Zoe?
So that the next Sultan can gain forgiveness for him.
Yes, because he wants to go too. Yeah, dude, it's all about him. Do you think he really gives a shit? It's probably his dad anyway, but like, yes, the point of view. He wants the next Sultan to do it for him. Yes, yes. Not at Starbucks. I hate when people do that. I hate it so much. And I always get screwed because you get bullied into it. And I buy a $4.95 drink. And every single time the car behind me has like a $50 item. Like, how do you spend $50? Anyway. Point of view. He wants the next Sultan to do it for him so he can go to heaven. Yes, his real motivation is if I do this for them, the next Sultan's going to do it for me. Here we go. Why is it significant? Why do we care? It shows us what? It shows us what, Sailor? Why would AP want us to read this?
To show us that like they had this, I don't know how to say it.
What is it showing us, Ella?
To show us that they had like decent legal systems back then.
It's not a legal system.
Well, not legal systems, but they had like kind of decent government structure back then.
What government structure?
The fact that they're keeping records of like paying the soldiers compensation. Like,
I mean,
thought that was,
kind
like,
of. I mean, if you're walking around with a hole blown in your face, I think people are like, ah, shit, we should give that guy some money, right? What do you got, Miss Roth?
to show that like they were this is how they got to like heaven or something or
Yeah, it shows that leaders were heavily led by what?
money.
Oh. led by religion. Yes. Is he doing this for money or is he doing it to ensure a spot into heaven? If he's doing that, then he truly believes that he is going to have to face Allah in the afterlife, which is why. So our leaders on earth have that influence. Okay. Whew. That was a little slow go there. Now, when we talk about the answer, does it make sense? All right. Here we go. The Prophet Muhammad's last sermon delivered in Mecca, 632. Okay, so the Prophet Muhammad, he's the founder of what religion? Christian. Islam. Okay, is he kind of a big deal or not really? Oh yeah, he's a big deal. It's his last sermon, so he's going to. He dies soon. Okay, delivered in Mecca. Mecca is what? Tagus. Duh. It's the holiest city. Yes. And it is in 632. So we know what? We know what? Rickert. Is such a good name. Oh my God, I hate that answer, Rickert. Do better, or I'm going to hate. You have a cool name. Don't make me hate you. Rickert, do better. 632. Look at the rest of the context, dude. What's going to happen? Vomit. No, Rickert. I hate that smart answer. What do you got for me, Miss Roth?
He's gonna die.
Yeah, he dies in 632, and you should know that. Why Rickert? Because on your map, what did we talk about 100 times? Yes, but we know for a fact he dies in this year, don't we, Rickert? A long time ago is the answer you gave, by the way. So let's not hold a high hill here. Yes, he dies this year. Okay, so he thinks he's going to die. This is his last sermon, and we know he dies in 632. That is a date you need to memorize. O people, lend me an attentive ear, for I don't know whether after this year I shall ever be amongst you again. Oh my God, what is happening here? He is what, Caitlin? Yeah, he knows he's gonna die.
What does he die of?
I think he gets killed. I think he gets killed in an attack. I'm not 100% though. Don't quote me on that. Okay. I'll ever be amongst you again. Therefore, listen to what I'm saying to you carefully and take these words to those who could not be present here today. O people, just as you regard this month, this day, this city as sacred, so regard the life and property of every Muslim as a sacred trust. Return the goods entrusted to you to the rightful owners. Hurt no one so that no one may hurt you. Remember that you will indeed meet your Lord, and he will indeed reckon your deeds. Allah forbidden you to take usury or interest. Therefore, all interest obligation shall henceforth be waived. Essentially, what is he doing? He's giving them a list. Yeah, a list of things to avoid or do. Okay, why? Why is he giving them a list? Why does he list a ton of stuff right there? Why does he do that, Maggie?
So that people don't like.
Because he knows what, Maggie? No. Micah, what does he know? Yeah, he knows he's gonna die, so he's just trying to get it off, like get all the information he needs to out there. Beware of Satan for your safety of your religion. He has lost all hope that he will ever be able to lead you astray in big things, so be aware of following him in small things. O people, it is true that you have certain rights with regard to your women, but they also have rights over you. If they abide by your right, then to them belongs the right to be fed and clothed in happiness. Do treat your women well and be kind to them, for they are your partners and committed helpers. And it is your right that they do not make friends with any of whom you do not approve, as well as never commit adultery. Okay? So, he is listing out list of women's rights. Why are women such a big deal in religion? And our newest religions that we're adding, Christianity and Islam. Why are they important? Who teaches children about religion? Men or women typically? Women. If your mom is super religious, you're going to be more likely to be Religious, okay? So having a home that is based on religion will make you more likely to be better practicers of that religion, which is why Christianity and Islam and Judaism all really focus on women's role, because they want you to be religious, the children, okay? All right. O people, listen to me in earnest. Worship Allah. Say your 5 daily prayers. Fast during the month of Ramadan and give your wealth in tithing. Perform the pilgrimage if you can afford to. You know that every Muslim is a brother of another Muslim. You are all equal. Oh my God. What is that? What are we calling this? They have a name. What is it, Emily? It's the 5 pillars. Absolutely. Is that a big deal or a little deal? It's a big deal. Nobody has superiority over the other except by piety and good action. Remember, one day you will appear before Allah and answer for your deeds. So beware. Do not astray from the path of righteousness after I'm gone. O people, no prophet or apostle will come after me, and no new faith will be born. Why does he say all of these things? Why does he say all these things, Christian?
So like he doesn't want the religion to change.
Yes, he wants it to continue. Okay, he wants the religion to continue once he dies. Reason well, therefore, O people, and understand my words which I convey to you. I leave behind me 2 things, the Quran and my example, the Sunnah, the teachings of Muhammad. And if you follow these, you will never go astray. All those who listen to me shall pass my words to others, and those to others again. And may the last ones understand my words better than those who listen to me directly. Okay, so this is a hope this continues for? Continues forever, absolutely. Be my witness, O Allah, that I have conveyed your message to your people. So the reason he's doing this is to finish his job for Allah. Okay, so he lists all this information out because he had to, because Allah told him to do it. All right. Whew.
How do you know
What do you mean?
that Allah told you to do it?
Dude, why do you believe Jesus is your savior or Abraham, all that stuff? You choose to believe it or you don't choose to believe. And if you choose to believe, then you believe that Muhammad spoke directly to Allah. Now, you can disagree if you don't think that's true. That's fine. But, I mean, all religion is this belief in something that someone told you, right? So, it's your choice to believe it or not. Historical context! What is a historical context, Jay? Yes! Just before Prophet Muhammad dies. Perfect. Who is the audience, Lucy? So who's the audience? Muslims. Present and future. Okay, what is the purpose of this piece, Penelope? Yeah. Keep the Islamic. Perfect. Hold on, that's more of a point of view, isn't it? Okay, Jay, I like where you're at. Okay, keep the Islamic faith going after his death. Okay, now we do wish, in hindsight, that he told them who should be the following leaders, yes, because that is going to cause a hell of a problem, but, you know, oopsies. Here we go. Point of view. What is the real motivation of Muhammad here? Jay kind of spoiled it a little bit, but I like her thinking ahead. What is it, Reese?
To do his job for Allah. Or to finish the job for Allah.
Yes, so what? So he can what?
Go to heaven.
There you go. The point of view. Muhammad lists new ideals to ensure he completes his tasks equals goes to heaven. Nice. Why is it significant? Why do we care, Miss Ott?
Because he was about to die and he was listing like the 5 pillars and everything that Allah wants.
Okay,
So
but
that
why is
Islam
it
can continue.
why is it a big deal though? Why do we care?
Because
take it. I think it's pretty good. Laura, what do you want to add? No. No. These are foundational aspects of the religion that will flourish in his absence. So does that mean he does a pretty good job? Yes, he does. There you go. How much time do I have? 2 minutes? 4 minutes. I have 4 minutes. Take out your notes. Let's go. You need to submit this before Thursday, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't need to be done today. It needs to be done before Thursday. Okay, so we talked about Song China. Yes, we talked about foot binding. How it shows the wealth of people. Perfect. Let's go to Dar al-Islam. Skip a space, center it. Dar al-Islam is where we are. Okay, before we can talk about Dar al-Islam, we need to note that there are 2 sects. S-E-C-T-S in Islam. Write it down. There are 2 sects in Islam. S-E-C-T-S. Sunni, S-U-N-N-I, which is on my board. Okay, and Shiite, which is also on my board, has 2 spellings. It's all the way on my vocab board. Sunni and Shiites. These are my 2 sects of Islam.
How do you spell the other one?
It's right below it. Okay, so S-H-I-A. Shiites, 2 spellings. Okay, Sunnis believe. Okay, they believe the most qualified should be Caliph. Caliph is the religious leader of Islam. Who is the religious leader of Christianity? Who? Until we fracture, and of course we have Catholicism, which is what it is. Okay, so.
Who?
Huh?
Who's the most qualified?
Caliph. Caliph should be the most qualified person. Sunni, believe the most qualified. Shiites believe it's a descendant of Muhammad. Okay? Descendant of Muhammad. Okay? Sunnis are the largest. You need to know that. Shiites are the minority. Okay. You need to know the first caliph after Muhammad, write this down. Okay? Is going to be Muhammad's son-in-law. Okay? And there's total 4 rightly guided caliphs, and then it falls to chaos. Okay? So, the first 4 are descendants of Muhammad, and then the line dies. So, everyone is fine for the first 4, yes? And then it fractures into Sunni and Shiites. It's about 8 years, it's about 20 years in. Okay, so there's 2 major sects, Sunni and Shiites. There are only 2 empires that we study that are Shiites. Okay, the Safavid, S-A-F-A-V-I-D, parentheses gunpowders. You'll know who, they're not up there, Safavid. And then Iran, modern day state of Iran. Those are the only 2 governments that are run by Shiites.
Repeat the first one.
Safavid, S-A-F-A-V-I-D, parentheses, gunpowder empire. They're in the 1400s. Iran, like the modern day state of Iran, are run by Shiites. Perfect. Here we go. So, your first major Islamic empire is known as the Abbasid Caliphate. See ya. Oh, I'm so glad we did that. We just covered some big stuff. Yes, ma'am. Shiites, yep. Yes.
Shiites believe that.
The descendant of Muhammad is the Caliph. Well, the Caliph, the bloodline ends. So they're waiting for their Caliph to come. To lead them.
So, like, all these still Shiites today.
Oh, yeah. It's very small population. There's no Caliph for them. They're literally waiting for their descendant of Muhammad to present himself. No. There's only one prophet. Descendant of Muhammad to present himself. So that's what they're waiting for. How's it happen? Oh, bye, Miss Bennett. Bye, sweetie. Have a good day, Salem. Bye. Have a good day.